Welcome everyone to the Drip G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jeep, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. For this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also become a member of this podcast, get extra podcast content every single month. You can also leave us a 5-star review and tell us how dumb we are. And because people say that kind of stuff all the time to us. It's commonplace. I'm a moron. Drip, how you doing?
I'm great. Wonderful. Fantastic. How are you? How are you?
Great, Drip. You know why? Ask me why.
Because you have a case of the, I forget what it is. What did you say you had?
I don't know. What did I say? The Excities?
I don't know.
I think I have a case of the Excities today, guys. You know why? Because we are exactly, if you got your Switch for pre-order for midnight launch, 2 weeks away from the launch. Next, in 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks, after this podcast is concluded live, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, Drip and I are going to be running our little butts over to GameStop and Best Buy, respectively, and be picking up our Switches and working. Because Drip will be, Drip is going to be recording that video. Unboxing that video. I'm going to be editing the unboxing. We're going to get that stuff, get that video up, probably that morning?
I mean, I don't know. I figure we should just throw it up. Like,
immediately? I think so. Because, I mean, you
put
got
it up. Who cares if it's like 1 a.m? Throw it out there.
You got the EU audience, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's still, everybody's getting it the same day, so let's throw it up. Once it's done, it's going up.
Yeah.
I'll make thumbnails for all that stuff
before.
But I do have some news, a little bit of news.
What is that?
I stopped over at GameStop today. Went over, made a little payment on my pre-order. I only have $9 more. Only $9 more on my system.
Very good.
I still owe everything on the camera and the controller, but I've knocked the price down significantly. So
very good.
Good to go.
I'm all clean. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last week. I wasn't if I paid it off or not last week, but I'm all good. We paid it all off.
Yeah.
It's done. Everything's paid. I'm super excited, man. Super excited.
I think we talked about that in a video, like just a recorded episode, not a live.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, good bringing that up, Drip. We're going to get to the topic tonight, guys. We got stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about Zelda, Age of Imprisonment, and we're going to talk about Samsung apparently having sway in Nintendo's decisions, but maybe or maybe not.
Being bullies.
But we are, what was it? What crap, I just forgot. Brain fart. What are we talking about?
We record episodes now, not just do them live. We're putting out about 3 episodes a week at this point.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, some of these episodes are like 20 minutes long. Some of them, like, we've been doing this for the past, month now, Drip? I think it's been about a month we've been putting out extra episodes. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that we're uploading these recorded episodes. They can be as short as 20 minutes. They can be as long as an hour. We just did
yesterday's was an hour.
Yeah, we just did a whole hour yesterday talking about, what did we talk about yesterday?
We talked about all the games that got all the free upgrades. We went over all that stuff. And then we actually had a list that G made about games that we think should be on the list next, which those were actually pretty cool. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure that you go do that. Oh, Mega Boy just gave me the $9 to finish my pre-order.
Yeah, Mega Boy. Hey, Mega Boy just helped Drip live pay off his pre-order. Thank you, Mega Boy.
Awesome.
There you go.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Mega Boy.
That's good. Hey, before I forget, let's do Beer of the Week.
Beer of the Week. We're gonna. We promise this Nintendo show will get there. I promise. I'm so self-conscious.
We're trying to bring this back to.
Yeah, I really do.
If you're here for the Nintendo stuff only, you're in the wrong place. We
That's
just
a good
do
point.
other stuff.
That's a good point. I'll start because it's obvious what I'm drinking. I'll be drinking this probably forever. And by forever, I mean is whenever 60 Busch Light apples run out. That's how long I'll be drinking.
I can't find it anymore, dude. I can't find it.
Really? That sucks.
It's nowhere. Everywhere I go. I saw it whenever I had some here. I saw it once in my Kroger, and now it's just gone.
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere. I have something super weird. I went over to the Gucci Kroger because I thought maybe they'll have some Busch Apple over there. They did not. So I went with another brewery that I really love, Dew Claw Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you about them, all their sours and stuff they have.
That's right.
This is not a sour. It's also kind of high in alcohol content. It is an 8%. It is a white stout.
Ooh.
It is called the Pastryarchy Cookies and Cream.
Oh, Dew Claw. Bring bringing out the cookies and
right?
cream
I was like,
beer?
that is actually like,
wow.
that sounds amazing. But
does.
I feel like these go either way. It's like, oh man, that's really good. Or it's just like, oh, that tastes really bad. And nothing like what
it's not always a home
say
run.
It's going to taste like.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be quite dark, but it's actually a white stout. So,
a white stout?
Probably
Do you have a
not
glass?
dark.
You got a glass?
I do have a glass.
I want to see a pour on this. Like, very curious.
I want to get a taste first, and then we'll get a pour.
Okay. Let's get a little sip. He's taking this little sip. There we go. First impressions.
Pretty fucking good, actually. Okay, you don't really get like a lot of you do get the cream, but it does have that chocolatey, like that chocolate stout flavor.
Okay.
Like a lot of it. It is like very chocolatey.
But it's sweet though.
It's a little sweet, but it's still got that like, stout. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on.
My least favorite part about like dark beers is how like bitter and dark they are. I think I'm dumb to say it like that. Dark beer, of course, it's gonna be dark. But
this is really good, actually.
Is it blending like a sweeter, lighter beer flavor with a dark
it's
stout?
really smooth. You know how some of those darks like kind of hit you in the back of the throat, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't like those. Like I'm
this
not a Guinness
is like
guy,
a very, very smooth. It's very smooth, very chocolatey. I'm not getting a lot of the cream part, the cookies part. Yeah, it's there. Chocolate cookies. Oh man. Let's get a pour.
We have a new member, Drip. While you're pouring, talk about our new member. Thank you, Joy
Okay,
Pitts.
this is, I mean, it's definitely
it's not as dark as I would expect.
Well, for a
from
white
a
stout.
Well, for a stout. So yeah, I get this makes sense for a white stout. For audio people, of course, it's hard for us to describe. It's like a caramel color, right, Drip? A dark caramel. Caramel.
Watered down coffee. Let's see if it's any better poured in a glass.
Yeah, it's a good description of it. Looks great.
It's just good.
It looks great.
I'm with it, man. That's good. That's good. Got to be careful with those though. High alcohol content on that.
Yes,
8%.
Joy Pitts, not a new member, renewed his membership for 8 months. 8 months. Holy shit. Thank you, Joy Pitts.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You,
really do appreciate that. If you guys want to become a member, you can hit that little button by the subscribe button. I believe that's where it's at. Unless you're on an iPhone, then you're shit out of luck. You're just not allowed to be a member.
Indeed. And actually, speaking of which, Drip, live podcast setting up, for the future. We should do a members pod. Like the new format members pod, we should do one of those this week, like tomorrow. Like let's try to squeak in an extra little members pod video because I would like to get 2 of those up a month if we can.
All right, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I got a lot to do, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. I got a whole bunch to do tomorrow.
Hey, don't you can't look at Joey Pitts and be like, I got. It's like looking at your son who just asked for McDonald's. Like, no, I got too much to do, son. I can't go get you McDonald's. Like Joey Pitts is looking at your eyes, man. He's like, Dad. Can I please get McDonald's? I just want a Whittle podcast. Can I just get a Whittle podcast? Fine. There you go. Well, you got all girls. I mean, just imagine a little girl. Daddy. Had a girl say that.
No, God.
Okay, we've stalled enough. Age of imprisonment.
Yeah.
Drip, age of imprisonment.
We're pumped about this one. We're
super
pumped about
pumped. Still want to see a date on that. Haven't seen that
and you know
yet.
what I want to say too, because I keep hearing everybody say, oh man, it's going to be like November. We don't know that. This might not even be this year. It says winter. It does not say winter 2025. It does not say any year. All it says is winter.
Are you sure about
Which means it could be.
I thought it said 2025.
100% sure.
Okay.
Just coming winter. So it could be January, February, March. I mean,
that's true.
We may be waiting a long time for this one. This one could be still quite some time away. But
I don't want that.
All the stuff we saw at the direct,
that.
this is one of the ones I'm really pumped about.
Why did you just deflated me so much by saying that?
Oh man, I'm sorry, Welcome to reality.
Oh no,
reality check,
brother. I already decided that it was a birthday present this year. It was going to come out my birthday. So I decided that. So that's what's going to happen. November.
And as Jeff says in the chat, winter technically starts at the end of December.
Stop it, Jeffrey. Everyone, stop what you're doing.
Age of imprisonment coming February 14th.
I didn't mention one little quick thing. Going back to beer for a second, Drip. I didn't mention one little thing to you. I might have been pre-gaming before this show.
Oh God!
just a little bit.
Just
a
God.
little. And then I had another one that you can't see here. This might be
Okay,
a
cool.
drunk
It's
show.
going to be a wonderful show. Great. All right. Anyway.
Might be a great show or a bad
Age of
show.
Imprisonment.
We'll find out. Age of Imprisonment. Confirmation, though. Well, let me talk about this. The creator's voice happened, of course, that little video. And it was in Japanese. The two fellas, the two good gents, I don't know their names, but they were speaking on the thing, and they were working on the game, and they sound like they were very excited to share the game with us. The creator's voice is like that little series Nintendo's been doing, talking to creators of video games. You know, I think they did Split Fiction and
basically,
Cyberpunk
stuff coming to the Switch too. I will say this. I want to say this before we really get into this. I got to give it to Nintendo on something. They have really, really ramped up their social media game. Like, they are on 11 right now when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. They're killing it. All right, go ahead. Sorry. Just wanted to give them a little bit of props. But
no, it's fine. I mean, I haven't really paid attention all that much, to be honest with you. But
they are everywhere. They're on it, man. The amount of content they're just throwing, like all these little things.
I get the notifications, and unless it's like information and not just like nonsense, I just swipe away immediately. You know, like
I mean, the app, the Nintendo Today app is
useless.
I mean, they must have just have all this stuff planned. They're like, we have content planned from now until, July of 2028 for every day. It's already ready to go.
Yeah, it's pretty useless to me. I'm excited about the app, but it seems like it's pretty pointless what they're uploading.
I just wonder what they're going to put on it once the Switch 2 actually comes out. They keep just put like the little booklet, like the warning booklet or whatever it is. It's just a 3D render of the little white book that comes in there. It's like, battery, this, that. They put that on the Nintendo Today app. It was like their feature thing of the day. It was that.
One of these days it's going to be like, here's the Switch 2, and this chassis, it's made of plastic. No words, of course. They're just going to like show the Switch 2, and they're just going to be like, it's going to be like ASMR, because they're like ASMR setup, too.
This is the latch on the box.
They're just going to be, yeah, they're just going to be like.
It goes down in, and it kind of just like pops into place there. Yeah.
Can't really hear it on the anything, but, just little tappy tappies.
Yeah, they're
tappies.
They're on it though. I'll give them that. They got content for days. They're really doing it.
Indeed. And a couple bullet points. I have some. I just wrote down this is 4 bullet points from basically what you need to know from the creator's voice if you're waiting for the game, want some information. Not spoilers. Nothing too groundbreaking. Nothing crazy. But there's one thing that's pretty cool. So we got confirmation, or as I spelled incorrectly in our Discord. I spelled it very wrong. Conformation. Get to know the 4 sages. So that's a quote. Quote, get to know the 4 sages. So I think that kind of confirms that we're going to be learning more about the story of at least the 4 sages. Because, if you played the game, this is a mini spoiler. There's a 5th one. I won't tell you their name, but it's like there's, if you know. But
yeah. There's another one. You're going to meet the sages.
Yeah, but so with confirmation, we're going to find out who these sages are, what their names are, because as they point out in the creator's
backstory.
Voice, backstory. Obviously, it's going to be. Yeah, we're going to find the story of those guys. Sorry, I got distracted because my phone.
That's the. I mean, that was kind of the thing in the game. It was like we didn't even see their faces. I feel like at that point, especially like your idea for the when you think about that, it's like we didn't even see their faces, didn't know their names, didn't know anything about them, not even like absolutely nothing. At that point,
we knew one thing.
You need to tell the story.
We knew one thing. They all had the same story. When you beat they all said the identical quoted story. They all were in cahoots. Like, we're going to say this much and only this much. We're not going to say a damn word more or less than this exact script, which is like, thanks, Nintendo, for the 5th time.
Yeah, that was weird. I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't do that in this game.
Right. I am excited, though. I am excited it's not like big news. It's kind of obvious. We all pretty much knew this, but it's just good to see confirmation that we're going to be finding out the stories of these characters who we've been wanting to know what their gist is since we played Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. This is going to give more depth to the story of what's going on there too. Because this one is the other one they said was not actually canon. This one supposedly is canon, right?
Correct.
This is the actual story, not like the side story time traveling.
Correct. And
whatever
actually,
it was of the other one.
This is not a bullet point, but this was mentioned in the creator's voice. They kind of alluded to the continuation or the missing parts in between story that we didn't get in the first game. Like they kind of worded that as similar. So yeah, for sure, it's gonna be pretty fucking cool, dude. I can't wait. And by the way,
I mean, I'm super pumped for this. I know there's a lot of people that are like, meh, I don't know why anybody would be excited for a Warriors game. It's like, it's not because I want to hit a million times. That's not it.
No.
And if it was any other franchise, I would not care.
Indeed.
Well, maybe not any other. They could probably do some really cool Warriors games, but like,
hey, Mario Warriors.
Yeah, we've talked about that. That would be
Goombas.
So weird. Yeah, just 40,000 Goombas.
Your attack is like jump. You got to bunk on their head with your feet. Like that's something you
yeah,
can
it
use.
sends a shockwave. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you could do a Mario
ground pounds
Warriors for sure.
Yeah, it would be great, man.
Yeah.
So in fact, Power Mad, thank you very much for being a VIP member of our podcast. What are we calling it? Dream Team. The Dream Team. Thank you very much for being part of the Dream Team. Re-upped your membership. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for Drip's contribution. That's a little bit loud, by the way. It's comedically slightly too loud. Also, I'm getting a little tipsy.
Perfect then. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So, of course, the next thing, which is super cool, and again, pretty obvious, we knew this as much already. The Switch 2 made it possible for, quote, lots of enemies. I like how
the quote?
Lots of enemies is the quote.
Lots of enemies. Love that quote.
I love it. But I mean, what I take that as is pretty much more enemies than before. You know what I mean? So the Switch. I'm only taking a small quote of a small clip of a larger, creator's voice subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, how long was that thing? It was only
6 minutes,
like 3 minutes long, wasn't it?
No, like 5, 6, something, 4, 6, something like that. Longer than a couple minutes. It was a good amount of time. But most of it was nonsense. Most of it was just kind of like fluff. But like these are the main bullet. Like I said, this is you really need to watch if you don't need to, because this is the main bullet points here. Lots of enemies. Whatever, cool. It's going to be more powerful.
Yeah, it's a Warriors game.
Going along with that, and of course the big quote of everyone's kind of running with is increased frame rates. That quote unquote was used.
Yeah. Okay. So this was weird. This is something I do want to stop and talk about here for a minute, because this is like the part of it. Because I was watching it and trying to read what they were saying in the subtitles, but then looked up and realized, like, oh God, this frame rate is like extremely high. Like, what is this? I don't know what it was running at, but it was a very high frame rate. It was noticeably high.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's no more than 60. If you're thinking it's above 60, you're wrong, because you could only see on your video feed on YouTube, you can only see up to 60. It doesn't go above.
Well, there you go.
So.
I mean,
it doesn't mean the possibility isn't there that it could be a 120 FPS game, which would be wild. I don't think that would be the case, but it would be wild if there had a 120 mode. And actually, before you speak, I can tell you why that's not going to happen. Honestly, and here's something I noticed. 220 in the trailer. I should have this pulled up for you guys. I can do it while I'm talking. 220 in the trailer. Don't speak to me. Shh, my child. Shh. Okay, 220 in the trailer. I noticed a frame dip, and I
like a lot.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Well, I didn't notice it.
Right here, you're
pull
watching
it up
it right
here.
now.
We'll check it out.
So it's running good.
I did not notice it.
Oh wait, it didn't happen. I wonder if that was my laggy feed earlier or something. Okay,
yeah,
that's not what I saw earlier. Okay. Remove that.
Stop spreading misinformation, Jeeb.
Remove my entire talking point there. I swear to God, guys, I was watching earlier and I even rewound it, and it just kept like.
Actually, it's okay. We can talk about the frame rate thing anyway, because
let's talk about the frame rate.
I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember what they showed us at the Direct?
What's that?
That was not 60, and it had all kinds of frame rate problems.
Yeah, it was all 30 FPS. It was all low.
Yeah, this is completely different than what we saw there.
Yes, it is. I should have kept it up, but it's fine. You guys can check it out
yourself. It runs very good now. Like, that was the one thing that I was worried about. I was like, oh man, I still see frame drops, but I mean, it won't be as bad. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just cool. Like just seeing these games just keep popping up and just being pleasantly surprised with everything that's happening with them as far as like visuals, frame rate, just everything. It's very promising. Very promising.
Yeah. I mean,
another thing.
I just can't wait, by the way. I can't wait to play this game multiplayer to see what the experience is like. My fear drip is that this game is a bit too ambitious, similar to how the first game was on the Switch hardware. This game, I
don't think it's gonna.
I hope this game isn't too ambitious for the Switch 2's hardware, because Warriors games will tax the shit out of your hardware because it is so many enemies on the screen at once. Any computer is gonna have problems with that, let alone a little gaming tablet. So I just fear that they don't go too far into like, man, look at all the fidelity and look at all the enemies. It's crazy, and then it dips a little bit. Maybe not a ton, but just a little bit. That's like, ooh, that's noticeable. And then you try multiplayer, and it's unusable. Like, I wanted to play this with Abby. I want to play this with Abby. I want to play it on my own, of course, but I also want to play multiplayer because that game's fun.
Well, and remember this, though. Remember this. The first Hyrule Warriors was on Wii U, 30. They brought that one to Switch, 60.
Yep.
Then we got the other ones that weren't 60-ish. 60-ish. It's in the ballpark. It runs better than 30.
It caps at 60, but it definitely runs around 30 for most of the time. That's another reason why I didn't play it very much on the Switch.
It runs better. It runs much better. Then you get Age of Calamity, which, especially in the later stages of that game, it's rough. It's very rough. There's lots and lots and lots of frame rate issues there.
Go feed that dog, Andrew. Don't let him give you that side eye. That's a bad sign. He'll pee on your bed. Give him the food.
That's true. Don't let that happen. We were talking about this yesterday in the video we put up. I'm going to bring it up again here. I feel like there's time, and this could happen. I would bet, now that I've been thinking about it a little bit longer since we talked about it yesterday slightly, and now we're in the conversation again, Age of Calamity is going to be one of those games they're going to sell to us again. We're not going to get the little free update, I don't think, with that one. I think that's going to be the deluxe edition with the DLC.
Yeah.
Better frame rate. It's going to play better,
Plugging yesterday's episode,
will be awesome.
Plug yesterday's episode because we talked about this.
Yes, we did. If you haven't watched yesterday's episode, it is on the channel live. Go check it out. And wherever you listen to podcasts. But not only do I think they're going to charge us for this one, for the first one again, I think they're going to do it before they give us the next one. This may be what we get later this year at some point, maybe.
I hate how right you might be. I hate
that might be the Zelda game. It might be our Zelda game. Might be our Zelda game.
I hate how right you are about
the definitive edition of Age of Calamity, possibly. Yeah, makes sense. Especially because like we just talked about, winter does not mean 2025. Winter just means,
as we've so astutely pointed out in the chat and everybody else who's reminded me multiple times that winter doesn't start to December 21st.
But don't be mad, G, because they're going to give us the old one, and you can buy it again for not even $60 this time. It'll be a full $70. Right? You're going to love that. Yeah?
I'll tell you one thing. If I have to pay $70 for that game, it better be 120. Or I write.
Yeah, it better run perfect. Yeah.
No, not just perfect. Not just perfect.
120 frames per second. Perfect.
Yes. If they're gonna make me pay for
mouse
that game,
mode.
We paid how much?
I don't even know how you use mouse mode.
We've already paid $80 for that game. Already $80.
Is it
with DLC? In fact, actually, was there two sets? There was two sets of DLC.
There was at least two DLCs.
We spent damn near $100 in that buggy, laggy, disastrous game that I love so much. But we've already spent nearly goddamn $100 on it. If you dare make me pay any more dollars on it, that's not a free upgrade, it better be fucking perfect.
I mean, I would hope
Koei
at this point. Yeah, I would hope.
I'm looking at you, Koei Tecmo. Nintendo.
There is a chance that this happens, though, that we see that one before the other one. I feel like that's a game that they're going to re-release. I don't know if there's going to be as many of those as we saw from Wii U to Switch, but we're definitely going to get some definitive edition games that we just got. That'll be one of them. I guarantee it.
Definitive editions are the new Nintendo Selects, except for you pay more for them.
You pay more, yeah.
They had this great plan. They had this great plan at Nintendo headquarters. Like, these Nintendo Selects things, they do really well. What if we
should charge way more for these?
What if we did a new idea of it and just charge more?
Yeah, like think about it. Nintendo Selects.
Oh, you mean like
full price? You mean like $10?
You mean get it back to retail price? No. I gotta get it back to retail price. Above retail price.
Yeah,
a new retail price.
They're Selects. They're great. People love them. They'll pay anything for them.
We can't call them Selects. We've already called them Selects before, and the customers know that to be cheaper. Okay.
Deluxe. That's it. Deluxe.
Done. But I want to do definitive. You could do that too. You got definitive.
Sure.
You got
Deluxe.
Sounds
good too.
As long as you charge more money, we're good.
Any word that starts with D, you can put at the end of it, and then it will work fine. You charge. Okay, not any word. Not any word. Samsung, Jeeb. Samsung. They're bullies.
I'm getting a little tipsy in the club here tonight, Drip. Not gonna lie, it's feeling good.
Yeah, I know. I gotta watch you. I can't let you go too far into.
Oh, dude, this is 4.3. I'm gonna get more sober as I drink this.
So Samsung pushing Nintendo
it was a
on those
margarita.
OLED screens.
It was a margarita before that. I'm drinking Bushes,
Oh, you had a margarita
in the can? Yeah, the good one.
Was it?
The Cayman Jack.
Was it like a proper one in a glass? Like with
no. Cayman Jack. Those things they get you good.
Those are good.
I chugged that shit.
Yeah. Have you had the watermelon one yet?
Not yet.
I'm telling you, it only comes in the variety pack. You have to get it in the variety pack. But man, that is the best one.
I would like to try. I'll try. But let's move on. What are you talking about?
Samsung. They're trying to push Nintendo to buy some OLED screens. Allegedly,
they don't make game consoles.
We don't know this for sure.
What are they doing? They don't make game consoles. What are they doing in here? Get out of here. Shoot.
Well, it seems like from the articles that I have read about this, it seems like Nintendo had Samsung help them in the process of getting Switch 2 units ready for launch. Yeah. So they helped them out with that. They had a nice little partnership doing their stuff. So the word on the street is now that after all that, Nintendo is now basically just getting late night texts from Samsung saying, "Hey, what's up? Trying to get on these OLED screens, trying to see what's up." Supposedly they have lots of OLED screens that they really, really want to sell to Nintendo. I have lots of things to say about this, but the first one I want to say, and I just want to address, the Switch 2, as we know it, is not even out yet. It's not even out.
That's correct. Correct.
You can't even play one in your own home yet.
No.
You can't even buy one yet.
Correct.
You can pre-order one.
Yep.
They've got pictures of them all over the place. You can look at them, but you can't play them. And we have already.
You can touch their accessories, Drip. You can't do that.
You can. I have a bunch of them here. Dude, I got a pile stacking up, man. I got some crazy stuff over here. We'll look at that in the after show, maybe. We have not even got this thing in our hand yet, and we are already hearing about an OLED upgrade.
Yep. And?
I mean, it's whatever. Listen, I
Switch.
like this type of conversation. Yeah. I just want to say it out loud, make sure everybody understands that we get it. We get it. This is insane. It's absolute insanity that anyone is even discussing what comes next when we haven't even got the first thing in our hands. I still like having these conversations, though. I like it.
This reminds me of something, Drip.
What's that?
Now, I wasn't there. We all know I wasn't there at the time of launch of Switch 1. I wasn't born yet. We all know this. But
you weren't. No, you weren't. You're just a... Never mind. Go ahead.
But I do understand. It's to my understanding, Drip, that Switch Pro rumors happened before the launch of the Switch.
Yeah, because that was that was like PS4 Pro time, and yeah, I mean, they were talking about it, and people were. I don't think it was. It was more of just like an idea, like maybe this and that. Now we're talking about just straight up like, ooh, we got a scoop here that Samsung is supplying screens or talking to Nintendo about screens. So, I mean, yeah, this isn't like anything new. It's not like this doesn't happen all the time. I just want to make sure we stop before we actually have this conversation and address the fact that we are like where we are in this launch and understand how absolutely ridiculous this is. I'm good with it because I like this type of conversation again. But I have a few things I'm worried about with this. And again, no expert here on OLED technology. But isn't there some type of issue with OLED technology and VRR? Or am I wrong?
You're correct.
Am I misunderstanding that? Is that a thing that's like a problem right now?
No, you are not incorrect. I am not the person to speak on this. I'm sure our resident.
Yes, I need our
what is Jeff's title again? What was his title?
I forget his title. Our resident. He's the looker upper guy, though. I need to.
The smart guy. We'll go with smart guy for now.
He's the smart guy. He'll know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's some issue with OLED and VRR at this point, and that's kind of like one of the reasons that there's not an OLED screen.
Head researcher, Jeff is.
Head researcher, yeah. Hold on. Okay.
Can we call him headmaster?
Whatever you want to call him is fine. So there's not an OLED screen in this thing, and I was thinking that I heard that some of the reason, obviously cost is one of the reasons, but that is also some of the reason because there's VRR in the panel that's in there now. Flickering issues due to gamma shifts. Okay, there you go. So that's an issue right now. Now, okay, from what I have also heard, this is also something that is being addressed and researched and fixed. But the problem that is going to be in putting an OLED screen like that in a Switch 2 OLED is it's not going to be cheap.
No.
If it's new technology that's going to be like, okay, we just had to figure this out so OLED screens can work with VRR correctly. So I guess it's possible, right? They're probably going to work on it. They'll probably fix it, but that's not cheap. So like my whole thing on this is, okay, maybe they do. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they are fixing something or finding a way to do this and they found a way around the price and all that stuff. And these new OLED screens that can support VRR would work in a, Switch, whatever. Is Nintendo actually going to spend the money to do that at this point? Now, we've seen them do a lot of other things we didn't think they were going to do with the Switch 2.
Like everything about
including raise the price significantly.
More than we thought, yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. That's kind of like where we were at before we knew any of this. We said, this is a new head of Nintendo everywhere. We don't really know how they're going to market this thing. We don't know how they're going to sell it. We don't know what they're going to do with this. And they have surprised us. Just about around every single corner of anything they could surprise us with, they have. Mm-hmm. I mean, who thought the screen was going to be 120 refresh rate? Like,
not I.
Nobody. I mean, there were some rumors out there, but I mean, were you believing that?
No.
Like, yeah,
no.
Right. Okay, whatever.
That's the first. My first thought was they're going to cut corners right there. There you go. I was still under the belief that we were getting an OLED, so I thought they were going to cut every screen corner they could to get OLED in there. I was fine with the exact same OLED panel. Like I was 720p OLED. Sign me up. It costs less. Still OLED technology. I didn't want to go back to it.
We talked about that too. Yeah. Remember when we were talking about?
I do.
Oh, it'll probably just still be a 720 screen, and that's fine. It's small.
I was actually adamant about it. Like I was telling people they were wrong.
Yeah. I remember.
So I'm like,
we had
it's going to cost more money, and it's going to be more battery life. Which is both things are still true, even though that's what the reality is now. They could have had better battery life and a cheaper console if they went with 720p. But it's clear what Nintendo's perspective is with this console this generation. They want to compete. I think it's clear.
Yeah.
Do they
want third parties to not have an issue.
Right, because if third parties aren't able to get their games on the systems, they're not really competing. It's not even about us. It's not about the consumer at all. It's really about their money. And if they can't sell these, groundbreaking AAA titles because their system just simply can't play it, that's less money for them. And as much money as they've been making with the Switch too, that's how you have to think about it like this, guys. You cannot think about it from a consumer's perspective. It doesn't work. That's not how they're operating. They're operating on a evil corporate business perspective. Nintendo, the family company who just makes little silly kid games. No, they're cutthroat business guys who will destroy you every chance they get and want to take every ounce of money you have before you get broke. Like that's what they want. And this system has to compete with PS5, not to be better, because people think compete means, it means you need to be better than your opponent, because that's typically how competing works. You compete to be better than your opponent to win. That's not exactly how gaming works, not exactly how this business works. It's not, Nintendo is not racing to be a better, more highly performing system than the PS5. That's not what this race is about. It's about your money. And Nintendo is thinking, if we throw in this feature, that feature, 120 FPS, HDR, VRR, in the screen, and then docked 4K, 120 FPS.
Yeah, they went the right direction.
Yeah, and then
they went the right direction.
Yeah. I think Jeep needs
my question to you is this: do you even,
Joey? I used to. That's how we used to do. We did the show drunk.
Yeah, we used to do that every podcast. Yeah. It was just pre-game, then right on through. So let me ask you this.
Comrade Jeep.
I know you haven't seen the screen yet. You haven't seen it.
No, but I have a really good idea what it looks like. I really do. Like I've got this compilation in my mind with all the information, data, what people are saying. I think it's going to blow me away. I can't wait.
It is a very nice, it's a very nice screen. It's not the best screen ever.
It probably looks like
very nice.
It probably looks like my TV. My TV has not an OLED, but it's like the QLED, so it's slightly better than regular LCD. I think some people are suspicious about this might be QLED's display. I'm not sure about that entirely.
I don't know anything about that.
QLED's better than LCD. It's LCD technology, but like a better LCD. But it's not quite OLED. But it gives you better.
Okay, so my question, to you.
Sorry, good.
My question to you. You haven't seen it yet, but do we even need an OLED screen? Do we even need an OLED screen? I know they're nice. I know they are nice.
One reason. Yes, for one reason. 1.5. The half is
1.5
the
reasons.
The half is premium.
I want the half reason first.
The half because it's premium. Like OLED is better.
But if this isn't a Switch,
it's a better technology.
I'll give you. You can give me your other one in a second. But if this is in a Switch, let's say it's a Switch 2. Not Switch to OLED. It's not going to be just the OLED screen. Because I think you and we agreed earlier that the OLED wasn't supposed to be the OLED anyway. It was supposed to be the Pro. There was supposed to be other stuff in it. I don't think they're just going to do a Switch to OLED when they do this. They're going to put better specs in it to keep up. That's clearly what they want to do. They want to keep up.
You and I talked about this in one of our extra episodes that we do every week now. I'm going to get there, I think. Yeah, we're gonna get there at the end. We're going there. So let me answer.
My question is, do you even need an OLED? If you're getting better specs, you still want the OLED. If it means that balance, that price, to specs, and if you get a little bit better here on this, that means you don't get the OLED. You still want the OLED.
I'll preface by saying again, just a reminder, we're going to talk about this in a minute, but we're getting an OLED screen. That's not a question of if we need one. We're going to get one. It's a matter of
you think it's guaranteed?
guaranteed. Matter of when, not if. But two things. Again, the half reason is that the premium. And I'll give you an example. The Portal screen looks fantastic. I just got my hands on PlayStation Portal. The LCD Steam Deck, not so much. That screen is acceptable.
Yeah,
I've not tried the OLED Steam Deck yet, but the LCD Steam Deck is acceptable.
Yeah.
My $100 Motorola phone with a 120 FPS or 120 hertz, 1080p display looks better than the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
But the Portal looks really good. But there is one big thing about the Portal that really makes it kind of like, It's the fact that it's not OLED. And I'll tell you why. Turning on the device. Turn on your Switch. Your Switch OLED, I should say. Nintendo logo comes up. Just right in the middle of the screen. It's just that little white that turns on. Just a reminder that you're using an OLED. Because I use the things.
There's no glow.
I use these devices
at black.
I use these devices at night frequently. And the Switch OLED, turn that thing on. It's just the screen is all black, but there's a little Nintendo logo that pops in. Just a reminder that you're using OLED. And of course, when you play a game, the darker games are more noticeable than the brighter games. But still, you can see that it's an OLED display. It's like, oh, that's premium. That's really nice. But then the Portal, you turn that thing on. At nighttime, I got to make sure that before I turn it off, if I'm going to use it at night, I got to turn the brightness all the way down. Because I turn it on at night, and even the black screen lights the crap up and blows up the room.
It's gray.
And it's a gray.
Well,
and
and that's another thing, too.
It's just that little reminder that's not as good of a display as you'd like.
Yeah, the original Switch screen is just so bad, though.
It's so bad.
It's bad. It's really bad.
In comparison,
it's really bad.
If it's your only device, like the Steam Deck, if it's your only device, the Steam Deck LCD, it's passable. It's acceptable. And the Portal is better than acceptable. It's pretty good. Steam Deck is acceptable. Original Switch is acceptable. Let me tell you the big reason, the main reason why we need and want and are going to get OLED. It's not a huge thing. I know it's probably negligible, but I do think there is. If you're in dark mode all the time and you're playing a lot of games that have high contrast and are dark, you're going to get better battery life. It's going to help out your battery life. Slight.
It's slight.
And it's just and trust me, these companies are trying to squeak out every ounce of battery they can get because they're trying to squeak out every ounce of power they can get too. So
yeah, the trade-offs. I guess if they can find a way to do it,
just swapping a display, getting more battery life, they're gonna try to do that to make sure they. And the Switch 2 OLED is 2.5 hours of battery life. It's just the extra 30 minutes. All the little changes they can do, including changing out a screen, they're gonna do it. So the two things is it's more premium. It's just a little reminder that you're using a little bit more premium device. And number two, I think it's 1A and 1B, 2A, 2B. The battery life, but also just, it looks better. Nintendo.
I don't disagree.
We're Nintendo's trying to compete. We just talked about that. They're trying to compete. And every reason you can give somebody to want to get this thing that doesn't already have one, the better. And a premium display is another reason why.
Yeah.
HDR is going to blow you away on an OLED panel. I've never seen OLED HD in my OLED HDR. I've never seen it, but I'd like to see it on my display. I'm never going to be able to afford an OLED TV. I don't think, unless they go really down in price pretty quickly. But like the Switch 2,
they're expensive.
OLED or HDR, holy 120 FPS. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think yes, obviously the OLED's better. There's no. I'm not trying to take that away from it. It's obviously better. And even the OLED screen that's on the Switch right now isn't great. It's not amazing.
No, it's a pretty.
The one that I just put in, I've talked about it several times. The one that I just put in, the Switch Lite, is it's so much better than the original one. It's so much better. It just looks better. The colors are better. It's brighter. It's all around. It's a better OLED screen. So, I'm with you. That's the whole reason I wanted to get this, because I want an OLED screen on my Switch Lite because I like the Switch Lite form factor better than I like the OLED form factor. I mean, I want it. I've seen this screen. At this point, I can say this. If this is happening, cool. I just hope they're not going to try to do the same exact internals with an OLED screen again. I really hope that's not what they think is okay. You can actually see. You can see if you look at what sold. I mean, the OLED sold okay. It sold better than the Switch Lite, but it didn't sell better than the original.
No.
I mean, I want them to make sure that they are doing something when they actually do this Switch 2 update, whatever it is, in 5 years, 4 years, whatever it is.
Wow.
I want it to be substantial.
It's not 5
like
years.
I want it to matter. I want it to matter. I want it to be at least a pro version of it, so we can have that. So we're keeping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to get to a place where we are right now with the Switch, where we're looking at all these games coming out, and like, of course it's not coming to Switch. Of course it's not coming to Switch. You know,
right.
We watched the Game Awards on this channel 2 years ago and played the game. Is it coming to Switch or not? And how many of those games are coming to Switch? 2? 3?
Yeah.
Out of all the games we saw at the Game Awards?
It's a perfect segue.
I don't want to be in that situation anymore.
It's a perfect segue to the kind of final wrap-up topic I want to get to here is we did talk about this in a other episode that we do on this channel. Make sure to check out all the little extra videos we've been putting out recently. We've been doing extra content for sure, a ton, for free. So go check it out on YouTube or audio platforms. But the OLED took the Switch. The OLED took 4 years to release after the original Switch.
Okay.
It's 4 years. Number one, I don't think it's going to be 4 years again. You said 4 or 5 minutes ago. And we talked about this already, so maybe let's jog your memory. For just simple reasons, like you just said, they don't want to fall behind again and make third parties. They're already on the fringe as it is. Cyberpunk is an older game.
They're still going to be a little behind, obviously. Yeah.
Cyberpunk is an older AAA that can only run at 30 or 40, on the Switch 2 as it is. Like what is that game? The monkey one that everyone loves. You play as like an ape or whatever.
The Wukong. I don't remember the name. But yeah,
Wukong it might not even be able to run the Switch 2. It's unconfirmed if it can even do it, and that's a new AAA title. Yeah, I'm sure
there's a lot of
year.
stuff that's not going to even. Yeah, there's definitely a list of games that still the Switch 2 can't handle. I'm sure.
Yeah, so they don't want to fall too behind. They're already behind as it is because, as we can kind of figure out here, the T239. It's from 2021.
I cannot believe you remember that. Good job.
We've been hearing about it so much for all these years.
Job.
Thank you.
Great job. I can't believe you remembered the T239 and you said it correctly the first time. That was amazing.
While tipsy. The T239.
Go ahead, continue.
Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. You ruined it for me.
Shit. My bad. Sorry.
No.
The T239 is already old. It's probably what you're going to say.
Now that video from Gigerwan is seemingly been debunked, but I don't think he got this part wrong. I mean, I think this part might be right. Is that the chip is from 2021?
Yeah,
it says it on the chip.
Well, and the T239 was what people were. Those were the rumors.
It matches the
what
leaks.
They're using.
It matches the rumors and the leaks at the time.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
Those have been the leaks forever.
So. With assuming that is still correct information, that the T239 is from 2021, we're 4 years behind as it is. There's no way 4 or 5 years is how long they can wait for the Switch 2 Pro, or as we called it, the Super Nintendo Switch 2. There's no way.
Just rolls off the tongue nice.
It does, man. Even with a couple bush apples down, it does.
The Super Nintendo Switch 2.
Ooh, can't wait for that Paul Rudd commercial.
Feels good. It does.
Yes.
So what do you think? Like
3 maximum.
years?
3 maximum. Well, okay, admit them, whatever. 3. I think 3 years is the number. I think I said in our video earlier from a few last week. I think like before 2030 for sure, like without a doubt. But I'm eyeing up like 2028, 2029 at the latest.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to. They are going to have to.
They really. By that time, the games coming out will not be able to run on the Switch 2. It'll be a tablet a tablet with where its processing power is from 2021, and in 2028, it's not gonna jive, man. It needs to be better.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. Like,
so they can't wait that long.
If you look back at what they did with the Switch, there's a lot of variables there that you have to take into account when you're trying to figure out how long they're going to wait to do something like the light. Not even the light, really just the OLED, because the light was on time. The light was when it was supposed to be, because we didn't have, a fucking pandemic yet. That screwed them up very, very badly for whatever their original plans were. I mean, it messed up game schedules. It messed up. I mean, we didn't get a direct for like a year.
If some of the rumors are to be believed, that this Switch 2 was supposed to be the Switch Pro that was always rumored.
I don't know if I can believe that totally. Yeah, I don't know if I can believe that totally. I can see some of these things because I know they did talk about. I watched a video the other night that I didn't know this. Did you know that the original Switch Joy-Cons were supposed to be magnetic?
Where did I see this? Why would I think about it the same time you thought about it?
Dude,
I knew what you were going to say
fucking crazy.
Before you said it. I'm like, he's about to tell me about the magnetic Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Like, that's wild. They were trying to get it to work and couldn't. I didn't even know that until like 3 days ago.
This is straight from
Nintendo. Like, this is fucking crazy.
This is straight Nintendo, by the way. This is that. What's his name? The new director or something. Of the Switch 2.
I don't remember.
This is confirmed. This is not like rumors. Like,
yeah, they were talking.
Nintendo wanted the first Switch to have magnetic Joy-Cons, and they couldn't get it right.
It kept falling. Yeah, they kept falling apart. They couldn't figure out how to do it. It would just fall in it. Yeah, that's wild. So okay, so I think that this stuff takes way more time than that. I mean that was the point of me bringing it up. I just think I don't think this was what we would have got in 2021.
No.
I don't think this would have been
not this exact, like, not this chassis, not this exact everything. I'm talking about the chip, number one, like basically the performance of the system. That was 2021. You know what I mean? Like what we're about to play, the games, like the games we're about to play.
The chip that was in there, yeah. It may not have been as far in with the DLSS and stuff like that as we can see now. The Switch is getting an update day one as soon as you open it out of the box.
I'm curious what that's going to be.
Supposedly it's going to improve it like a ton compared to like what I played, supposedly. Which is wild.
Don't get me so excited. Please don't do this to me. I got to wait 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into that hard. I'm actually really pumped about that. I heard a couple people saying that, like just watching YouTube videos and stuff, which is like that's promising. Cool. I wonder what it's going to do. I haven't looked into it. Maybe I will do that tonight. But
I wanted to
either way. I don't think this is going to be. I don't think this was going to be.
I wanted to just wrap my point up for like I made a million years ago.
Oh yeah,
because we kind of just started talking about the Super Nintendo Switch instead of what I really wanted to talk about. It's 4 years for the OLED Switch 1, right? It's not going to be 4 years. Number one. Number two, it's not going to be an OLED. It's not going to be the same system we got with an OLED panel. They're not doing that again. That was
I don't think so either.
That was simply because of the times and the struggles that they had to get parts. And
that's the point
like
I was trying to make too.
Yeah,
they couldn't get the chip. They could not produce enough chips to make it happen at that time. Nobody could.
It's not impossible. That's going to be 4 years. I think 4 years is the longest they can wait. But by 4 years from now, by 2029, it's going to be the Super. You can almost lock this shit in. Today's date is May 21st.
So when's the Switch Lite coming?
Today, I'm making a proclamation. Today is May 5th, 2025, and Uncle G Productions, proclaim that by May 21st, 2029, we're gonna know or have the Super Nintendo Switch 2 that has an OLED panel and better specs across the board.
Damn. Okay. Well, then where's the Switch Lite fall into that? Because I feel like the cheaper one comes first.
It comes first, and it comes out within the next 3 years. Maybe
2 years?
Maybe by 2028. By December 2028, we're going to have a Nintendo Switch Lite 2. That device will
Is it OLED?
No, it's LCD. It's the same package you have right now, shrunken down. And it has magnetic Joy-Cons this time.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll do that. I think
that's
that's going to be probably a big cost-cutting feature at this point. I'm sure machining those metal buttons for the Joy-Cons is a pain in the ass. It's got to be.
Wait, when we watch this back in 4 years and I'm right about everything?
Or you're wrong, because we've done that a lot too.
I'm dancing right now, and right now is 2028. I'm dancing right now. I'm also dancing back in 2025. And the two of us are just going to dance on you right now.
Oh, God, if this comes true, I fucking quit the podcast in 2028. I fucking quit. If you're both dancing on me, I won't be able to handle that. I won't be able to handle it. I'll quit. I'll quit on the air right there. It'll be nuts. We'll see. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
The Lite will not have the Lite 2. I don't think is going to have. I don't think enough Joy-Cons. I do think it might be actually dockable though.
It will be. I was about to say it's going to be dockable.
I think that's a really stupid feature that they took out for no reason.
It's going to be packaged. It's going to function very similarly to the current Switch we have. It's going to just be smaller and cheaper to make. Simple as that.
I don't know, man. I just can't believe we're talking about this right now. I cannot believe it.
And I'll give you the price too. $350 for the Switch Lite 2. $350.
$350? Yeah.
$350.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Switch
2. You're wrong.
Switch 2 remains $450. Switch 2 Lite $350. The Super Nintendo Switch 2 is $549 reduced.
Unfortunately, I think you're wrong on that part, because I think the price of the Switch 2 is going to go up by then.
That's a good. I like your prediction.
I almost guarantee it will, actually. You know what? We haven't really talked about this all that much, but I'd like to bring it up. All those tariffs that went into the crazy tariffs on China, and then Nintendo was like, hey, sorry guys, we got to raise everything like $5, $10, $15 because tariffs. Those tariffs aren't happening now. Like that's not the numbers anymore. But those prices from Nintendo just stayed where they were at. You know, if you read their statement on it, they basically said that they were going to be like, they have to do what they have to do with the economic times, but the economic times have changed back. Yet we don't hear a damn word from them saying anything like, "Oh, guys, it's cool. Actually, we're going to take prices back to where they were. We
I
can
don't
totally
think you
do
want
that
me
now, especially for launch." Because that's what we told you.
I won't say the name, Drip, but I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. If you don't want to hear Uncle Jeeves' slightly tipsy political opinions, maybe just tune away.
Oh God, don't
I'm not
do
gonna.
it.
I'm not gonna offend anybody. I'm just gonna say this. We told you they're bad.
And if I seem a bit agitated, yes.
We said they were bad. They're not good for us. They never were going to be good for us. Not a chance. And look, now they're gone. That's fine at the 30%. But the prices are still up. You can blame the companies all you want. But there's a reason why the prices went up, and it's not just because of the companies. It's because somebody gave the companies a reason.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's
Thank you very
It's
much.
the reason. I just wish that, I mean, whatever. If you got to raise prices, man. It's fine. Like, I get it. Like, let's be real. Nintendo games in like 93 some of them cost $80 in 93, 94. Like that's real. So like bitching about game prices going up to $80, I can understand it. I don't like it either. I don't like it. But if you really look at the landscape of things, like $60 for as long as it was is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's fine. If you need to raise prices, raise the fucking prices. Don't give me some bullshit excuse saying, "Ooh, the tariffs and we have to economic times and this and that." No, that's not what the fuck it is, because that's gone. But the prices haven't changed. Hey, and you know what? Has Xbox come back and said, "Oh, never mind, everything's good. We're not going to charge $700 for our speckled system." No, they haven't. They're still charging $700 for their speckled system.
Speculative
So I mean, okay, we're off topic at this point. We're basically done. But that's fucking weird, isn't it? Like, it's not tariffs, you assholes. Just tell us you need to raise the prices. I mean, no one's gonna be happy about it, but at least they'll fucking respect you. I don't know.
They just needed a reason, Drip, and somebody, we all know who, somebody gave them that reason, and it's almost gotta shut up. We're gonna. This is not good.
This has been a great episode.
This has been a great episode, Drip.
Hey,
and
do not stop yet. Hang on. Are we doing an after show?
Yeah, of course. You kidding me?
Okay, never mind.
Maybe I'll go full on crazy politics in the after show. Who knows? We're gonna wait and find out. Wait and see what happens there.
You already have a redirect set up?
I did that by accident, but it's for a stream that is happening like in 2 days. It wasn't even like I was just experimenting with it and see how that works. And yeah, it's Miss Bubbles. She's great. Miss Bubbles is great, but yeah, it's in 2 days.
Great. Okay, I got it. Okay, that's cool. Never mind. We're good. After show coming up.
Cool. This episode's over. And I've dropped the mic, and I have nothing left to say. So we'll see you in the after show. If you're watching this show on YouTube or listening on audio platforms, we're going to see you guys next week. Those of you in the stream, though, stick around.
And if I seem a bit agitated, yes.
Nintendo, every single show.